Administrative relations. So here let's see what are the situation during emergency where the central government and the state government deals with the administrative structure of the country or India. Administrative relations are dealt in Article 256 to 261 to promote unity and integrity and also to strengthen the federal structure between union and state. So the administrative relations deals in Article 256 to 261. Why? To promote unity and integrity and also to strengthen the federal structure between union and the states. In this, it includes number 1. President of India has the power to appoint the governors of the states and union territories. The states have to maintain cordial relation, a good relation between the governor of different states. Number 2. President, by having jurisdiction or by having the rights over the appointment of judges of Supreme Court and High Courts. Also, integrated judicial system. Integrated judicial system means united judicial system is to maintain throughout the country. Number 1. President of India has the power to appoint the governors of the states and union territories. In number 2, it tells the President of India has the right to appoint the judges of Supreme Court and High Court. And also to integrate the judicial system is maintained throughout the country. Number 3. Bills passed in state legislatures during President's rule are required to get approval of the President. Just now we have discussed in state emergency. In this Article 356 authorizes the President to declare or announce the President's rule on the recommendation of Governor during the breakdown of constitutional machinery in the specific states. In such cases, for everything, President approval is required. So, the bill passed in the state legislature during the President rules are required to get approval of the Presidents. Number 4. The member of All India Service. So, the members of All India Service include Indian Administrative Service, Civil Service of India, Indian Forest Service, Indian Police Service, etc. So, the members of All India Service who serve both the union and the state government come under the jurisdiction of union government in the matters of selection, training, posting and disciplinary actions. Number 5. The union government issues directions to the states regarding law and order, national unity, safety and security, transportation, national highways, railways, etc. whenever necessary. Number 6. Union government can delegate. Delegate means can transfer its power. Whose power? Union government's power to the states with or without their consent by an act in the parliament. So it should be either with or without the consent of the states. Number 7. Parliament under Article 301 to 305. So here comes the Parliament under the Article 301 to 305 is empowered to appoint a committee in Interstate Commerce Commission. Why? To maintain cordial relation among the states. Number 8. Planning Commission advises all the states to raise the standard of living of the people. Number 9. To ensure the rapid and balanced development of the country, National Development Council is created. And number 10. National Integration Council was created in 1961. So it aims to eliminate or remove the evils of communalism, casteism, regionalism and linguism, etc. Next, financial relations. The Constitution of India made provision to have smooth financial relation between the Union and the states in Article 264 to 267. They are: Number 1. The first thing, a finance commission is to be constituted. Number 2. Here, taxes not to be imposed except by the authority of law. That means central government. Number 3. Consolidated fund. Consolidated fund means the revenue receipts and expenses made. So these funds and the public accounts of India, that is what known as income tax, state PF, depreciation, etc. So the consolidated funds and public accounts of India and of the state should be maintained. Number 4. Parliament may be by law established. So By law, Parliament established a contingency fund. Contingency fund, it is a reserve of money set aside for unforeseen needs to meet unforeseen expenditure. Number 5. Listen properly. Some of the taxes and or duties which are leviable means imposed by the center or union government, but they are to be collected and entirely appropriated by the state. So what are the tax imposed by the center? Every state has to be collected. Number 6, there are some taxes or the duties which are both imposed and collected by the union, but the proceeds are allowed to those specific states. Number 7, there are some taxes that imposed and collected by the union government and proceeds are shared between the union and states. In one cases, tax imposed by the center, they are collected by every state. In another cases, tax imposed and collected by the union, but these are allotted to the specific states. And the third case, some of the taxes imposed and collected by the union government, the proceeds are shared between union and states. Number 8, the parliament determines the quantum of assistance. Quantum of assistance means the money support every year to the needy states and tribal areas, etc. Number 9, Finance Commission. Though it has a constitutional status, which has the authority to determine the measures relating to the distribution of financial resources between the union and states. Number 10. During President's role in the state financial property is managed by the union. As such, we have seen in state emergency. Number 11. States cannot raise loans outside India. Union government provides financial assistance to states in the form of loans. So the states cannot raise the loans from outside India. They need to raise the loan within India. Sakaria Commission has given valuable recommendation towards center-state relations.